moving to an Islamic country, I say to you, just forget what the media says about this kind of stuff. Come to a Muslim country, say like Malaysia, yeah, a predominantly Islamic country. Come live.
Jangan masuk negara Islam, tak selamat. Weh, macam tu lah komen yang Daryl Sollis, blogger yang datang kat Malaysia dapat daripada negaranya UK. Habis macam mana dia jawab? Dia jawab macam ni, hang tu dah pergi ke Malaysia, hang dah pandai ke bergaul dengan orang? Hang tu duduk terperap aja dekat UK, tak pernah pun jumpa siapa-siapa, tak tahu makanan orang, tak tahu budaya orang, cakap je pandai. Aku dah 2-3 bulan kat sini, tahu tak? Sekarang aku ingat nak balik ke UK, ke Scotland. Aku fed up, tahu tak?
Guys, I hope you're having a good day. I love it here in Kuala Lumpur. I'm so glad that I moved my life over here. It's been amazing since I moved here. Well, I've been in and out of Malaysia since November when I left the UK, when I left Scotland. I was living there last year. If you've not checked out my content, go ahead and check out some of my latest videos. And I just had dinner at this really nice place. But the world is a mess, guys. It is a real mess. And my message to you, the point of this video today, is to, you know, just say that people need to wake up. People need to, especially if you're in the UK, people need to just wake up and realise that they're getting ripped off. Their government does not give a fuck about them. Yeah, what little jobs there are, they can just sack you in an instant. They can just lay you off, as some of my friends have been laid off recently, actually, in the West. And it's time to wake up. It's time to actually use your mind to create a way to make money online, no matter what that is. But do it. You can do it. Don't doubt yourself. You can definitely find a way to make money online, and you can go and live in a different country with a much lower cost of living and a much more interesting culture with better food, and you know, you can make new connections with positive, like-minded people like yourself. I'm not saying this is for everyone. You know, my channel is certainly not for everyone. Not a lot of people may disagree with what I'm doing because they may think it's a waste of time, or that every country in the world is just the same. And, you know, I can understand to an extent those people that say stuff like that, but you're never going to know until you actually try. So
Daryl Sollis ni dia bagilah pandangan dia. Dia kata kalau umur awak tu 20, 30, 40, malah 50 pun tak apa. Dia kata keluar je lah daripada apa tempat kamu UK tu. Hang tengok, hang keluar je, hang boleh cari duit. Sebab dekat UK tu dah lah cukainya tinggi, hidup kamu pun susah, hang kerja lama-lama pun tak adalah kamu kaya sangat pun dekat sana. Macam tu lah dia pesan.
if you're in your 20s or 30s or even 40s, my message to you is get out there, yeah? Use what little time you have on this planet to create the life that you want, that's actually good for you. Because like me, I was working a 9 till 5 in the UK and I was not having a good time. I was not being able to afford the life that I actually wanted, and I just woke up one day and I thought, this is crazy. I don't want to live life in the UK. I don't want to pay these high taxes. I don't want to be squeezed by this evil government that just don't give a fuck about the people. All they want to do is rip every British citizen off. They want to squeeze them for absolutely everything that they can get. And right now I'm having a similar kind of feeling to what I had last September, and I made that video that went viral. If you've not seen that, you can check that out. But this is just a bit of a rant today, guys, just talking about how people need to wake up. People need to stop being in denial. A lot of people have commented on some of my recent videos saying, oh, the UK is not that bad, you know, everywhere's the same. No, wake up. The UK is a total shit show. If you're living and working in the UK full time, you're getting shit pay, right? Maybe you're one of those few people on a huge salary, but guess what? You're paying at least 48% in taxes. Half of your salary is gone. And to those people who are earning like the minimum wage, if you're clearing at least £12,800 a year, you're paying 20% of your salary in income tax, plus 8% in national insurance. That's going to increase. Like, you know, more than a quarter of your salary
Tingginya cukai dekat UK tu sampai 48%. Weh, itulah blogger tu cakap. Han tu kalau kata cinta pada negara kamu, patriotic itu semua zaman dulu-dulu katanya. Sekarang kerajaan UK dah jadi macam setan.
Is gone to this evil government that just want to drive the people down and make them feel depressed and unable to afford any kind of healthy life. Guys, it's time to wake up, okay? A lot of you may be watching this video saying, oh, maybe you can relate to me. You know, maybe you have done it. Maybe you have left the UK or wherever you're from and you're living a much better life as I'm doing. I could never see myself going back to the UK, guys. Like, certainly not now. Definitely not this year. With the way things are going, the UK economy has just crashed 0.1%, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. And nothing's getting better in the UK. Things are going to get a lot worse before they get better, if they get better. But here, you know, I'm in what you may consider a third world country, but this is an amazing country, Malaysia. It's full of progress, it's full of prosperity, the people are very nice, it's a very safe environment. It offers you a much lower cost of living, and I absolutely love it here, guys. Yeah, I absolutely love it here, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, Malaysia is a fantastic place. Some people have commented on my videos saying stuff like, oh, I would never move to a Muslim country. Why? Okay, well, what's so great about living in a non-Muslim country? Say the UK, for example, where I'm from. What's so great about that? You know, what, is the UK some sort of utopia because it's not a Muslim country? Right? I'm not one of those people that's against Islam. Okay, I know there's a lot of bullshit in the world on the media that love to focus on all the terrorist attacks and the extremists and all this kind of stuff. If you're one of those people that are against moving to an Islamic country, I say to you, just forget what the media says about this kind of stuff. Come to a Muslim country, say like Malaysia, yeah, predominantly Islamic country. Come live here for a while. You know what? You're gonna love it. I guarantee you, if you come to Malaysia and just live here for a month or two, you can come here on a tourist visa for about 3 months. Yeah, 90 days you can come here on a tourist visa if you've got a British passport or an American passport or an Australian passport too. But get yourself here to Malaysia, experience it for a while, forget what the media says. You will learn that this country is absolutely fascinating. Lovely people, amazing food, lower cost of living, especially if you're earning pounds. I know it's not cheap for everyone. I'm not saying it's so cheap for the Malaysian people or anything like that, but it is certainly an amazing place to live, especially if you're from the UK. Like, the quality of life that you can get here is so much higher than anything you can get in the UK. It's a much higher standard here. I'm not saying Malaysia is perfect, but it is an absolutely beautiful place to live, especially if you enjoy the warm weather, albeit it can be quite humid sometimes, but I don't mind that. I'm in shorts and slip-ons and I just love going out with slip-ons on, just feeling the warm breeze, and it's absolutely lovely, guys. I just love being here, yeah. But I'm still on top of the news, seeing what's going on, and it's pretty depressing with what's going on, guys. It's pretty depressing. It's time for people to wake up, forget about being patriotic and all this bullshit, because the country that you love, if you're from the UK, especially if you're from England or Scotland or wherever in the UK that you love is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. That's what you have to understand. Growing up in the 90s, I was born in the 80s, growing up in the 90s and being in high school in the early 2000s, oh sure, the UK was a fantastic place to live. Everyone wanted to live there. The economy wasn't bad, well, at least until the crash in 2008, but still, things were good in the UK in the early 2000s. But fast forward to 2025, things are only getting worse. It's becoming a real dystopia. There's a lot of austerity in the UK, and this is something that's not going to go away, because the governments that we have in the UK, they're just not interested in actually looking after the people. They're funded by the evil elite, you know, that actually run this world. These are people that you've never even heard of, yeah? They are the ones that are funding the governments to take over and implement the policies that not really what the governments that we elect or will implement, but you know, the higher ups, the people that actually run this world, they are telling the governments what to do in this world, and you just have to live somewhere that can offer you a better life, better weather, better food, surrounded by better people in a better culture, a much better environment. That's what I've done, and I'm absolutely loving it. My life has changed a lot, and I just, it's great, guys. Anyway, I'm going to be going home soon. I just thought I'd release this message to you. It's probably not going to get many views, but
Macam itulah keluhan orang yang datang daripada UK. Kita pun dapat tahulah kan sedikit sebanyak tentang keadaan mereka juga. Mereka kongsi dengan kita. Bila mereka dah datang kat Malaysia ni, mereka rasa best. Dan mereka pun nak duduk lama. Bagi tahu dekat orang-orang mereka dekat UK tu. Macam ni lah dekat Malaysia ni. Tak payah takut. Tak ada apanya kecoh kat sini. Selamat. Jadi orang pun tahulah. Kalau tak pernah pergi mana-mana macam katak di bawah tempurung tu. Tak boleh lah nak cakap apa-apa kan. Cuba keluar sikit tengok negara orang. Kalau mampulah kan. Saya datang ke Walas Klasik. Dah nak beraya pun dah. Orang pun dah start shopping. Jalan-jalan raya pun dah sibuk dah. Mall-mall pun dah penuh orang pergi shopping. Jadi kita orang non-Muslim ni pun turut berserta tengok orang shopping. Bestnya Malaysia. Bye-bye.